when you think a little bit about caregiving and family caregiving as it sits, tell me a little bit about, in your minds, how has family caregiving changed? And what does the future hold here? Like, how are we going to start to see this there? Because, we see a couple things in caregiving, right? The first is that the one biggest, I will use the word tragedy because I think it's so like it needs this level of strength. It's not the right word though. But the one tragedy I find in the world of caregiving is that the caregiver is the one that actually takes on the most burden, and in a lot of cases, the one that then takes on has the most pain in all of this, because you're caring for someone, you're putting everything out there, but it's the caregiver who's usually the person that's not cared for, and the person that gets lost in all of this. And we've done a couple of different things, and we've done a webinar just on this topic because it's just been so important to say, what does a network of caregivers look like for caregivers, etc. So putting that aside for a second, well, pushing that aside for a second, saying, where do you see the world of caregiving going in the future, and what will that look like?
So I often say, so if you might have noticed walking down the streets in Canada, especially during COVID, what are the new types of stores that have popped up? Like, what's the whole new economy that got created in the last 5 years? Marijuana, right? And pot, like this whole new segment. Rarely does an entirely new segment form that everybody who designs products and services now has to design for. Like, that's one. I would say family caregivers is another one. We've kind of, just like we have ignored patients and residents and families because we've been so obsessed with ourselves as a system, they've had their renaissance. This entire segment is now getting a ton of attention, a lot of research behind it, a lot of policy, a lot of design. So just to give you a couple examples, at SE Health, we saw the signals because we do 20,000 visits in people's homes every day, where we would never separate our client from the family caregiver. Like, they're both our customers. It would be bizarre to ever detach them. And so we realized this gap. And so we did the research, we figured out the marketing, and we actually launched an entire new offering, a separate line of SE Health called eLiz, ELIZZ.com. So it's a play on Elizabeth. That's everything family caregivers. And, now we've got products in the market and services and content. And I think we connect with 85,000 Canadian family caregivers every month. We form this community. Since then, and we started this in 2014, I think, or 15. Since then, just about every province now has a caregiver association that has assets and resources and capital. Petro-Canada out of Alberta, just a few months ago, their whole foundation has chosen their topic that they're going to invest their social capital dollars is family caregivers. In their angle, it's those who are employees working every day while also taking care of a loved one. This is no different from the whole revolution of daycare for new parents, right? This is the new daycare, right? Because more than 50% of all family caregivers are working full-time or part-time. A lot are young. And so a whole explosion of products, services, supports, policies. There's going to be stipends coming, I'm sure, in Canada very soon to support people.